There was no insurrection, but there is an inquisition. I got to tell you, as I said, I turn on Fox News every now and then just to see what's going on. They're moving even further left. They're putting Dana Perino, basically, who's almost as brain dead as Joe Biden, in at the morning slot, as well as John Roberts, both Trump haters, by the way, establishment Republican hacks, the two of them. This is where you're going. You don't get the news. You have to go to Radio America and this show, Special Prosecutor with Larry Klayman, to tell it to you straight up, because I'm not couching it. I'm not trying to get myself to be part of the herd, the socially acceptable herd. But what went on last Wednesday in the nation's capital was the inevitable result, as I write in my book, It Takes a Revolution, of the so-called government no longer representing the interests of the American people. Sure, there were a few Antifa people in there. There were a couple troublemakers in that regard. But this was by and large the American people who rose up. They felt that they had no other option at that particular point in time. And when you see the commentators on Fox News, including Hannity, including Laura Ingraham, including Tucker Carlson, who comes off, frankly, like a little girl. It's just, the guy has absolutely no integrity, talking about law and order when he supported Roger Stone lying under oath, convicted of 7 felony counts. Later, his certain sentence was commuted, then he was pardoned by Trump. But still, he was convicted at that time. These are the kinds of things that cause people to lose faith. And now that the social media platforms have banned virtually every conservative, Fox News had a responsibility to talk clearly and to allow people to understand what's going on. And the people that went inside the Capitol, that Capitol building is the home of the American people. And certainly I don't condone violence either, but I'm telling you something. I didn't see that much violence. I saw broken windows primarily. And this is what we're talking about right now. We're at the end of the rope in this country. Every single institution of so-called government is pitted against we, the people. And one of those institutions, of course, are the bar associations of various states. Now, as I say in my book, It Takes a Revolution. As Jefferson said, judges, unelected judges, federal judges, and he's talking about lawyers as well, who are not accountable to the people. They will become despots and tyrants, and they ultimately will cause another revolution every 20 years or so. And he predicted a bloody revolution. He predicted that we'd have to shed the blood of tyrants and patriots yet again. And he said, what's a few thousand dead to refresh the tree of liberty, as I've been saying over and over and over again. Well, the legal profession is the most corrupt profession in the United States, perhaps around the world. There was a reason why Shakespeare said, let's kill all the lawyers. He didn't mean do it actually. He meant figuratively, because they're the engine that drives the system, that drives the way a government responds to the people. The judges are lawyers, the lawyers are lawyers, and this is a reality. Look who occupies Capitol Hill. They're mostly lawyers, overwhelmingly lawyers. Lawyers generally lack morality. Lawyers generally are in it for money. They're in it for prestige. A lot of people go to law school because, hey, they want to say they're a lawyer. In the days when you could go to a bar, you could tell some girl or some guy that you're a lawyer, that would impress them. But here's what's happening now. In addition to every other branch of so-called government trying to destroy dissent, and the social media companies and the corporations who are throwing in the towel, and everybody going along like a herd of, frankly, wimps that won't stand up for the vision of our founding fathers, is that yesterday bar complaints were filed by New York State itself against Rudy Giuliani for representing the president, and bar complaints were filed by thousands of lawyers, mostly from leftist law schools, alumni, Harvard and Yale, against Senator Josh Hawley and Ted Cruz. Now, this is just part of a purge of conservative lawyers. They don't want anyone to be able to represent conservative interests, people of faith, libertarians, anyone who believed in the vision of our founding fathers, and last but not least, anybody who supported Donald Trump. It's an attempt to destroy everybody. And of course, I've gone through these proceedings in Washington, D.C. as well. I've been fighting the District of Columbia Bar, and it's primarily the District of Columbia Bar and the New York Bar, ultra-leftist. All the officials have given heavily to the Clintons, to Obamas, to Biden. They write articles just trashing President Trump, extolling the virtues of Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden and others. They are a vile, evil bunch. I fight them. I will not roll over to them. I even, on a hearing committee that I had, was an individual by the name of Michael Tiger, an avowed communist, someone who was fired by Justice William Brennan for his subversive ties to Fidel Castro and others, who just wrote another communist manifesto, so to speak. Mythologies of state and local power with endorsements of Bernardine Dohrn, a domestic terrorist, convicted, and Angela Davis, the famous communist professor from Berkeley, just to name a few. This guy sat on a committee and recommended that I be suspended. Well, that's not going to happen. And this was a complaint that was already thrown out by two other bars almost 10 years ago. So this is what you're going through. Oh, I might add with regard to Tiger, his son, John Tiger, another ultra-leftist, is the judge who enjoined Trump's immigration policies in Oakland, California, in the Northern District of California. This is what caused Trump to say there are Obama judges, there are Clinton judges, and there are other judges. They're biased. This is the problem, and this is why I wrote the book. It takes a revolution, forget the scandal industry. We must rise up with citizens' grand juries, with a new Continental Congress, a third Continental Congress. We must alter or abolish this government and form a new government by and for the people. We, of course, won't be violent. We, of course, don't advocate hurting anybody, but we do advocate using our Second Amendment rights to get ready when they come for us, because the left is coming for us, and they're using every avenue they can, whether it's social media, whether it's bar associations, to eliminate conservatives being able to go peacefully into court to resolve their differences, albeit with corrupt judges sitting there on the bench and corrupt lawyers on the other side. And, of course, other institutions of government, huge corporations who are throwing the towel in like the corporations did with Adolf Hitler in the days, years, and months leading up to World War II and during World War II. Drive your BMW. They were making Panzer tanks for the Nazis. This is what's going on right now. So what choice does the American people have? And to get back to Fox News, they don't represent the American people. Turn it off. Turn off that garbage that's on Fox News. And get up off the couch, as I say in my book, It Takes a Scandal Industry. Join Freedom Watch's Justice League, or do some other aspect of fighting a peaceful and legal revolution, because we're not going to have a country much longer. It's an inquisition, not an insurrection that wants to destroy you, your family, and everything that you're about and everything that you own. They want to take it away. And if that doesn't work, they'll kill you. Literally, they'll kill you, as we saw with the riots last year. And that's my message for today. It's a dire message. But every aspect of the left is being used to destroy conservatives, people of faith, libertarians, and others who believe in the vision of our founding fathers for a free nation, one nation under God, with liberty and justice for all. Go out and read my book, It Takes a Revolution. You can get it at Amazon.com. Gives you the roadmap for a peaceful and legal revolution. And let's get on with it and stop watching Fox News. It's gone down the drain, and frankly, it's corrupt. That's my message for today. God bless you. I'll be back tomorrow with another special podcast. Until then, thank you for listening to me.